with OTC fast approaching, I find myself scraping all of the websites of all of the US exhibitors. Oh yeah, it's fun stuff. And unfortunately, looking at a lot of very, very unfortunate social media and digital footprints, if you will. And I don't know. I just gotta get this off my chest. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna go right into it. All right. So let's look at oil and gas, and let me just first state my thesis. We are not doing it right. We're doing it wrong. We're doing it completely wrong as an industry across the board. We made a transition from print to digital. Now, I should say some of us made a transition from print to digital. A handful of us figured out how to do it right. And then there's everybody else. And that's what I'm here to talk about today, the everybody else. You who are out there searching oil and gas marketing agency, you who are out there looking to outsource your storytelling, outsource your marketing, what are you thinking? This opportunity that lies in front of you right now on this thing we call the internet is unprecedented in B2B sales and marketing. And there's only two niches in this industry that understand. First niche, oil and gas media. So you've got Mark LaCour and Jake over on Oil and Gas This Week. Of course, I started that show with Mark back in the day. Now you've got Paige Wilson with Oil and Gas Leadership Podcast, Oil and Gas HSE Podcast with Patrick Pister, Global Energy Media, Ryan Ray. There's a lot of great digital media that has sprung up in the last couple of years. The problem is that the people who are buying the ads on that digital media are treating that digital media exactly like print. Now, I'm not saying don't buy ads. By all means, keep buying those ads on Oil and Gas Global Network. What I am saying is that that is not a complete digital strategy. And if you ask me, there is only one other niche that gets it, that has a complete digital strategy. And that niche is oil and gas data and analytics companies led by none other than Drilling Info. Now, of course, this is slightly self-serving because I did start this whole inbound marketing, content marketing thing in oil and gas. But let's be honest. They and everyone in that space are the only ones in this industry that get it when it comes to digital outside of Oil and Gas Global Network and everything else that those guys are doing. And again, what they're doing is great. It's serving a very, very good need. But they're able to dominate their niche, which is oil and gas and new media. And over here, you've got Drilling Info dominating their niche online, which is oil and gas data and analytics software. And there's a term that's coined by a great marketer, great man, I would say, Mark Schaefer, called content shock. And it was a couple years ago, and it's been interesting to watch things unfold across the internet as competition gets more and more fierce outside of this industry. Meaning, content shock happens when you have a large number of people, of authors and websites and publications writing about one particular topic or area of interest and all just flooding search engines with content. So it's very hard to get to the top of the search rankings when content shock happens. Now, content shock hasn't really happened across this industry. I would argue, I mean, over in the digital space, it's still pretty well wide open. There's lots of stuff that can be done over there in terms of digital media, I should say. And then in terms of oil and gas data and analytics, Drilling Info started it. And then as soon as we started doing what we did at Drilling Info, IHS started posting to their blog, and then P2 started posting. And then next thing you know, that space started to understand that in order to develop relationships in the digital space and to attract people into their business, to build those relationships, to attract their ideal clients, that they needed to be of service. They needed to produce helpful, relevant content over a consistent period of time to be able to develop their audience and to demonstrate their expertise and put their experts, showcase their experts from within their company. The problem is that no other niche has figured this out in oil and gas, except, of course, like I said, OGGN and everything that Mark and the guys are doing over there. Outside of that, no one is stepping up. And it breaks my heart because the opportunity is so immense. The opportunity for you to start today, to start producing content that's helpful, that's relevant, that answers questions, that serves your audience, that solves problems, that demonstrates what you bring to the marketplace. Nobody can do that. In oil and gas marketing agency, you can outsource some of that to them, but that's kind of why we're not an agency, because we want to help you demonstrate that expertise and do that yourself, because no one can tell your story like you can. But nobody's figuring it out. I mean, I could show you dozens and dozens and hundreds and maybe thousands of niches across the oil field where it's just wide open spaces in terms of keywords. And you're thinking, okay, well, specifically, what does that look like? It doesn't matter what you do. There are people out there looking for, if you're a rat hole driller, guess what? There are people looking for rat hole drilling services, and there are people who would love to hear your expertise and your thoughts and your insights, because the thing that you're missing in the new digital space by treating it like it's print media is that print media is a one-way communication, one-way, it's not even a dialogue, it's a monologue. Whereas digital, it's a conversation, just like this video right here. Now, you and I, physically, we can only speak to one person at one time. But through the magic of the internet, I am not only speaking to you, but 10 or 100 or hopefully thousands of people who end up watching this video, whether that's on our blog, on LinkedIn, whether they're just laying down for bed at night, checking Facebook one last time, wherever we can meet them and meet you to be able to build that trust and build that relationship with you. Now, you have that opportunity, and gosh, I hope that a whole lot more of you take advantage of it, because as I'm looking at OTC coming up, all I can think is how much better would your meetings be with your clients and with your prospects coming up at OTC if you were consistently delivering valuable content to them that educated them not only about your products and services, but just about overcoming the problems that they're dealing with in their day-to-day lives, in their day-to-day work lives. I mean, how much better, how much time could you save not having to educate your prospects at OTC, but actually being able to dig into real conversations about real problems that they're having, because they already understand how you can serve them because you have already been serving them over time. Now, I feel like I start to talk in circles here, so I'm going to wrap this up. That's my rant for the day. Stop relying on oil and gas marketing agencies. Stop trying to outsource your storytelling. Either hire someone internally, hire a company like us or anybody else out there that can help you understand how to tell your story in a digital way so that you can build those relationships, build that trust, because when it comes down to it, we are sales-driven marketers. And sales, who do people buy from? People they like and they trust. Well, if you're serving them consistently, they're going to like, they're going to trust you, and that's where your sales are going to come from. And at the same time, heck, I might just be a newbie here. I've only been in the industry for 8 years, so Whether you think I'm off base or on base, I want to hear your comments and your thoughts in the below this video, whether it's on YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever it is that you happen to be seeing this video. Check out the link below as well. We will have a lot of people don't like to watch the video, just rather read it, so we'll have the transcript for you as well. But no matter what you're doing out there in the oil field, I hope that you do go out there and consistently apply the basic fundamentals.